Well, now we've got an intermission here. I'm the intermission entertainment, but David and Sarah were trying really hard to find somebody to give this toast tonight, and they looked through the guest list. Not saying I was their first choice, but I'm here. Thank you. But I want to truly thank every one of you guys for being here and taking this time out of your busy schedules and lives to be here. It takes a lot. Some people traveled in, and this is really far, so everybody traveled. But I'm very honored that you guys have me up here toasting and performing the wedding earlier. So I was lucky enough to be on the trip where David proposed to Sarah. And we went to Napa Valley. And if you know Napa, you know it's a very warm climate. And David didn't tell anybody that he was going to propose on that trip. He did a really good job keeping it a secret. It should have been a red flag though. He was wearing pants the entire trip. And everybody that knows David knows he will wear shorts anywhere he can get away with it. He'll even wear a skirt if he can. It's on my YouTube channel, be subscriber number 9. So we were in Napa, and Angie had planned the whole trip. So I don't know when David actually planned on doing this, because he had no idea where we were going to be. But we made it to the final day, and we were actually at a vineyard in the morning, and we overstayed our welcome. We drank a little bit too much, and missed our next appointment. And we were there during COVID, and you had to have reservations, and you could be the only people on the property. So we got to the property that we were going to next, and we were 15 to 30 minutes late for a 2-hour reservation, and they told us they weren't going to see us. And we said, we still got an hour and a half. And they're like, that's not enough time to enjoy the wine. We're like, do you know who we are? We're fine. We can drink. But they kicked us out to the curb, so we moved on, went to a wine bar, and met this bartender. And she said, hey, I can help you guys out. I used to work for this little mom and pop vineyard. So we go to this. She makes a phone call for us and gets us a reservation. So we go to lunch, and we're at lunch, and I don't know how it came up, but David somehow brought it up and said, if and when I get married, I want you to be the officiant at my wedding. Sarah chimed in very quickly and said, absolutely not. There is no way I'm letting you perform at my wedding. And I sat back and took it in and didn't really care because I knew my record from the past, so I let it go, and I knew how much time and effort it took. But we moved on, they didn't argue, they debated. And then we got in the car and went to the next place. So we get to the vineyard, we have a great time, little mom and pop place. And when we finished, David went up to the lady that owned the house and said, can we walk up the hill and go take some pictures? And the vineyard was in the hill, it wasn't just a flat vineyard. So we hiked up there, the girls were in heels, so it was a true hike, this dirt trail to get to the top. And I don't think David realized how pretty it was. So I took pictures first, David and Sarah, and turned around, and he took pictures of me and Angie, and I don't think he realized how beautiful it was until he was taking those pictures, and it was gorgeous. We were up on the top of the hill, you could see the valley, it was green, it was beautiful. So after we finished taking pictures, he said, can I take one more? I said, sure. So I grabbed the camera, I snapped a photo, and the second one, I thought he just wanted to be like me and take the same pose as me, but he had more in mind. So he gets up there, and he gets on his knee. And the girls start crying. I quickly switched to video because I saw what was happening. He grabbed the ring out of his sock that was hidden in his sock the whole weekend. He didn't know when he was going to do this. And about a minute and a half, 2 minutes go by, and the girls are crying in excitement. And we realize nothing has happened yet. And Sarah looks at him and says, would you like to ask me something? And David's just sitting there T-bone. And finally, he musters up 5 words and said, will you be my wife? And he said he had a whole script plan, but he needed a note card. So Sarah nodded her head, said yes, and they hugged and kissed. And we took some more pictures, headed down the hill. The lady came out of her house, and I told her what had happened, and she was like, thank goodness. I thought you guys were smoking pot. So, we had to remind her, we don't do that. But we were in California. So she goes inside, grabs a bottle of champagne, and we crack the bottle of champagne and have a good time. Then we get in the car. We had a designated driver. And we get in the car, we start heading out, and Sarah finally gets the tears to go away, and she says, Nick, You could totally be my minister. I gladly took that as an acceptance, and I said absolutely, because I knew my record, and I needed a W. And I know this one's a W. Sarah, you're one of the sweetest people I've ever met in my life. And even when we were in Colorado, you thought you really laid it into that girl at Augusta Springs. You got in the hot tub and you said, I was so mad at her, I let her really have it. I told her, I hope she has a better day. And that's Sarah, to a T. She's nice even when she's mad. As you know, we started this about 45 minutes late because she wanted to say hi to every single person that was here today. But Sarah, you might be small, but you're very athletic, and it's pretty cool that you can keep up with David. I remember that time when we were playing flag football, and David was quarterbacking his team. I was on my team. He didn't pick you. I picked you. And we line up. I have you line up 10 yards off the line. David thinks this is going to be easy. So he hikes the ball. You come running at him. He jukes once, jukes twice. You still stuck with him. He stiff-armed you in the face, and you still got his flag. He sat there with his jaw dropped down, didn't know what to do. And I had to go remind him, you cannot get a concussion from getting your flag pulled. So let's carry on with the next play. But it's amazing to see how you look at David. You had 2.5 years to practice while you were in LA Fitness. But it's amazing to see the way you guys look at each other. And keep that up, and I'm happy to call you my sister. David, you married up? That's all I got. You're one of the best brothers and friends I could have possibly ever hoped for. Except when we were growing up and you were all up in my space because I had to share my room with you. You were in my space. But it's been amazing to watch you grow up over the years, all the way from when Dad dropped you off when you were 13 years old at Texas A&M to spend a week with me.
That was coming.
And he never came back and got you. You spent the entire summer with me, but it was fun. All the way to when you were 16 years old and I got to coach you in hockey and a few of the other guys. We'll get a picture later. All the way to graduating college with 2 degrees, with great grades. And that was out of left field. Nobody expected that one. To being able to play Pat's hockey with you each and every Sunday. To going through the journey of finding the love of your life and being here today. But I want you to know, if you work out really, really hard and you someday get bigger than me, you'll always be my baby brother. So I've got to witness the impression that you guys have made on all your friends and family. You guys are truly loved. And you guys have surrounded yourselves with some really, really great people. I'm excited to see what you guys do in this world and see you guys grow together and witness this mark you leave on this planet. Let's raise up our glasses and let's toast to David and Sarah starting the next chapter of their lives.